Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Ruth Gardner, and she is with the stock market. And we're not talking about back in Wall Street, are we, Ruth?
No roller coasters.
No roller coasters. As a matter of fact, I have some interesting-looking stocks here. But, Ruth, tell me about this business. Obviously, they're in different states of completion, so I'm assuming that you start with a piece of wood like you have up there, and you end up with something more like this when you're done.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
We actually start with the orchard. And we took out orchards in Northern California.
Really?
And we had a sawmill, and we cut our own blanks. We dried everything correctly. It takes 5 years to dry something like this.
Does it really?
Yeah. If you do it right.
Uh-huh.
If you throw it in an oven, that's a whole different ballgame.
That's a whole different ballgame, yeah.
But we dry on the desert. We wax both ends of the blank, and we do what's called stickering, which is you take a piece of wood so that the blanks don't set on each
right,
other. There's air
circulation in between.
And we turned them every 30 days. So there's no warping. There's no misshaping. Yeah.
Now, why is that important?
Well, it makes it easier to make them into a gun stock, for one thing. And if you do it correctly, it doesn't blow up on the machine. We had a gentleman come in, and he wanted us to carve a stock for him out of wood that he already had, and it exploded on the machine as we started carving.
People don't realize that the characteristics of wood, particularly hardwood like this,
yes.
Can be, the tensions and stuff and the fibers inside can be pretty intense.
Very much so. That's why a lot of the computer-generated carvings just really don't work out too well, because the computer is set to go a certain speed, and it doesn't take into consideration a knot or a weave.
Yeah, characteristics in the grain and the wood and stuff.
Doesn't take in any of that.
Now, Ruth, you've been doing this for a while now, haven't you?
1991.
1991. And we've gotten to a point now where you were telling me that you're looking to liquidate. Is that what it is?
Yes, I am. I'm liquidating it. I have 2,500 roughly of these little jewels.
Okay.
This is cut for a shotgun. I also have rifle blanks. I have Mannlicher length rifle blanks. That's where the stock goes all the way to the end of the barrel.
Right.
And four ends, of course. And I have about 225 carved stocks in all flavors imaginable.
So, Ruth, at this point, are you still providing the service for someone that just wants to come in and get a finished product for their particular rifle? You are?
Yes.
So
we're not carving.
You're not carving.
If I have a carved stock, I will fit and finish it for them. If I don't have a carved stock, I can arrange to have somebody carve it, but my company is no longer doing any carving.
Over the years, 1991, so you got a couple of years under your belt. I bet you've seen a lot of beautiful pieces, both wood and rifles, come through your company.
Yes, I have. Gorgeous pieces. We did a Dreiling, which is a very, very old rifle. It's it has three barrels. It has a shotgun barrel, and it has a double barrel shotgun, and then a rifle barrel on it.
Oh my!
It was made in the 1800s in Germany, and it was designed for big game hunting in Africa. Well, we had just the metal. We didn't even know what the stock looked like. So we did some research, and we figured out what it looked like, and we made a pattern, and we built that. And when it was finished, it was just spectacular. Of course, we used really, really, really good wood on it, and we took our time with it, and it was absolutely beautiful.
In all these years, you were telling me that you only had 2 instances of checks that failed to clear the bank.
That's right. Since 1991, I've had 2 checks bounce. And the first one was a young man who bought a black powder build-your-own kit.
Yeah.
And I called him and I told him that his check had been returned, and he said, "Oh, gee, well, I can't pick it up for a couple weeks." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." And he's dead silence on the other end. I says, "We're federally licensed by the ATF, and anytime we have anything like this happen to us, we have to report it by 5 o'clock at night." He was there in 20 minutes. That was just absolute nonsense, of course, but he was there in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the other one, the gentleman's wife had used their debit card and he didn't know it.
Oh,
And he found out that the check was returned before I found out the check was returned, and he got to me with cash before the check came back.
there you go. In all those years.
Yep.
You know, that's pretty amazing. But you're dealing with people that have an understanding of personal responsibility, too.
And ethics.
And ethics, that's right. Well, this is great. These are some beautiful pieces of wood.
That one on the far side over there,
This one here.
that's my favorite style. That has a vented forend, and it's really good if you're, if you're doing a lot of shooting. That helps the air circulate around the barrel.
Around the barrel.
And keeps it cooler, which is kind of fun. We also do thumb holes, but that's an adventure in Neverland in California.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the powers that be decided that if you put a thumb hole stock on just about anything, it makes it an assault rifle.
Okay.
And there you go.
There you go, yeah. So, oh my goodness, Ruth, this is pretty amazing. So, how do I find you if I'm looking for either a stock or wood to create a stock from?
I'm in Bakersfield. I'm at 920 East Truxton.
920 East Truxton in Bakersfield. We got a phone number, don't we?
661-303-2745.
Say that again, please.
661-303-2745.
And do we have a Facebook or a web page or anything like that?
We have both.
You have both.
We have
well,
the
how do I
South-
find you on the web?
Well, you got to type the whole thing in.
Okay.
Because the search engines won't find you unless you advertise with them.
Right.
And they won't advertise me because this is part of a gun.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
There
So
you go.
there we go.
So
It's at https://www.thestockmarket.online.
.online. Okay.
Online.
Very good.
And come see us.
Yeah, that's great. Well, this is some beautiful stuff. You've got a long history of obviously great service. To be
We
in
try.
business that long, it's got you've
try.
served a lot of people.
We
Thank you
try
for
very
being
hard.
on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
The stock market.
The stock market.
Time to invest, folks. I'm telling you.
Good investment.
Good investment. We'll see you when we come back.